What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Beards and Blush live couples variety other adjectives podcast.
Why'd you look at me like that?
Well, because you were leaning in like you were going to say something.
No.
Oh, imagine that. It's been so long since I've even done my intro.
I know.
It's only been like 3 weeks, but it's felt like
Feels like 3 months.
years have gone by.
No, honey.
Years.
Stop.
NSFW chat filters, new on Twitch. Okay, go fuck yourself. Goodbye. Yeah, filter that out. Go fuck yourself. Anyways, Kendall's in a good mood tonight. I'm the beard.
I'm the blush.
Yeah. Actually, I'm just a mustache.
Yeah, now
I'm just a mustache. Yeah, I'm only a mustache.
I was gonna say, is that actually a song? But then you continue with it.
It would be
I'm
better
just a bill.
as a beard.
And
Yeah, I'm just a beard. Yeah, I'm only a beard.
It's definitely best with the bill.
No, beard.
Bill.
I'm better than a mustache.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the bill.
It's a better song.
Hmm.
Boom, roasted.
Anyways, as I said, welcome to the show where I make it a point not to research anything before I open my mouth. And the topics are all made up. That's right. They don't matter. Like your New Year's resolution.
That's old news.
Well, we haven't reported in
I know.
21 days, so yeah, my New Year's resolution not intact.
What do you mean?
Well, one of them is. The other one I drug out of the bar into the alley and shot it in the head.
Yeah.
And then I went back in, threw a 20 in the slot machine, and pulled the lever, and I've never felt more free.
You had to bring up the slot machines, didn't you?
Never felt more free. Actually, that's a lie. Slot machines don't have levers anymore. I pressed the spin button.
I pulled a lever yesterday while at the arcade.
Yeah.
Those were fun.
Yeah. Before we get into that, let me just say, as always, we're live on YouTube and Twitch. If you can't catch the live show in its entirety, you can find the video on YouTube. You can find us on iTunes and Spotify at Beards and Blush. Twitch.tv/Beards and Blush Live, or YouTube. Just search Beards and Blush and you can find us. I think that's it.
Okay.
We have a Twitter, Beards and Blush. We have an Instagram, Beards and Blush.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much anything you can think of. Just type in Beards and Blush and you can find us.
Right.
So the year is 21 days old.
Yeah.
We meant to have a show on New Year's Eve or the night before New Year's Eve, but we didn't, obviously. But it's okay. So, for the last 3 to 4 weeks, was the highest point. You got a high point for me?
Oh my god.
Oh my god! Actually, no, low point. What's the
Low
lowest
point?
point of the last month of your life?
I've had a couple mental breakdowns already. Why you like that?
I'm just a beer.
Okay.
I'm just singing it in my head while I'm waiting on your low point.
I've cried a couple times already. What are you doing?
It's old. I got old tech. Oh, it wasn't plugged in all the way. So that's it? You have mental breakdown?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What was your low point?
If I had to pick a singular low point, I don't think I could.
Huh.
I don't know.
Like it's been a good year, or it's like been a bad year already?
Nothing's really changed. New year, same me.
Okay.
Same life, same wife. I've had more distinguishable high points than I have had low points. I can say that. Except, I mean distinguishable because every day I go to work sucks. But I was thinking about this today. I've had more days off in 2019 than I've had days at work.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That must be nice.
I've had 12 days off and 9 days on in the first 21. With like 2 sick days, 3 snow days, and 3 weekends.
3 3-day weekends or 3 weekends?
Just 3 weekends. Well, I mean, the snow days are added on, but I'm counting them all separately.
Okay.
Something like that, yeah. The highest high point, I think, for me would have to be our snowboarding trip, which we talked... Is my cat dead? Oh, his tail just moved. Okay. The snowboarding trip that we talked about, I'm pretty sure we talked about before we left for a month.
Yeah, we did.
Which is the reason why at least one of the weekends that we did not have a podcast, which we expected that one, but the week before and the week after we expected to have a show. It just didn't happen. I'm sorry, am I boring?
No, I'm just tired.
The snowboarding trip was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was. We only had to drive like 3 hours.
Yeah.
The first day was a little rough.
The first day was frustrating.
The first day was horrible.
It was like mentally frustrating.
So we left here. We left home a little bit later than we had intended. Right off the bat.
Why is that?
I don't remember. I was just lazy. We just got up late. We weren't off by much, maybe like an hour.
Huh.
It was only a 3-hour drive though. But when we get there, the check into the hotel was fine, I guess, even though we couldn't check in yet
Right.
because the room wasn't ready when we pulled up, and then we fucking go and park the car and get out on the slopes, and they text us 20 minutes later, hey, your room's ready, you can check in now. But we didn't get
service.
it right. There's no service in the mountains. Imagine that. The giant mountains of Wisconsin.
Right. I was gonna. Never mind.
So we went to a place. Can I have that pen? Don't.
Stop fidgeting with my planner then.
I'm gonna fidget with whatever the fuck I want to fidget with while I talk. What happened? What?
What?
You have something to say?
No.
Why are you looking at me like that?
So Clyde's been obsessively chewing on any plastic that he can get his teeth in lately.
Uh-huh.
And it's been super annoying.
Yeah. Clyde likes plastic. Hey! Yeah, you.
Okay. So we didn't get service.
So, aside from the actual hotel part, the resort, the ski and snowboarding resort, was horrific. The service was fucking off the wall bad.
It was really bad.
All the way around, from start to finish. We were not even told where to go. And when we get there, there's nobody there. So we go to a different spot, and they're like, no, you were in the right spot. Okay, well, there's nobody there. Thank you.
You're talking about, like, so we signed up for snowboarding. We go in the snowboarding room, and it says, since nobody's here, if nobody's here in the snowboarding room, go to skis.
Uh-huh.
So we went to skis, and they looked at us like we had 4 freaking heads. So then they sent us back to snowboarding, and as we were walking into snowboarding, the guy was walking in.
The guy from snowboarding was at the ski place.
Oh, is he?
And when we told the guys in the ski place that nobody was in the snowboarding room, they were like, that's weird. He should be there. He just fucking left here. Anyways. I literally saw that guy walking out as we were walking in, and they acted like they had never seen that man before in their life. Hello, cat. And then renting equipment was, nobody told us what to do at all.
No.
So we just kind of figured it out eventually. So we spent like the first 2 hours at the resort.
I wouldn't say it was 2 hours.
Bet.
Okay.
Ish. We were at the resort just doing nothing. Just walking around trying to figure shit out on our own. So then we finally get on the bunny hill. Again, nobody'd help us out, but it's fine. We didn't pay for lessons. We were just gonna, I don't know. So Kendall, you've been skiing before.
Mm-hmm.
I had never been skiing or snowboarding. I hardly ever even skateboard. So I had no idea like what it was gonna be like. Don't touch my straw.
It's got lipstick on it.
So we go up the bunny hill the first time without even putting our boards on fully for the first time.
So bad.
Go to the top of the hill, strap in our boards, and we're like, all right, how do we get off the ground? Because we're sitting right now on the ground. Stop it. Square up.
He wants to talk.
Whatever. Speak. Okay. So we're just sitting at the top of the hill with our boards strapped to our feet, asses in the snow, don't know how to get off the ground with a snowboard strapped to our feet. And the kid at the top of the hill running the little belt hardly even spoke fucking English.
No.
So we eventually fall down the hill all the way for the first time, and I'm like, I'm not going back up there. Well, she was already on her way back up by the time I got down.
By the time you decided that you weren't even going to go back up it. Go on.
No, that's not accurate, but that's fine. So she's all pissy because she does the same painstaking routine that we did the first time all the way down the second time, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm not doing that again. Sorry. Before we finally decide we're going to sit at the base of the hill about 2 feet up and figure out how the fuck to stand up with a snowboard attached to our feet. And finally, on your second trip down, somebody showed you, like another instructor, because there was a snowboard instructor there helping somebody else and just watching us be fucking idiots and not saying a fucking thing. So finally, another instructor on skis is helping people on skis, and he stops and he's like, he told her how to get up, and I watched her do it. And I was like, okay, it's really basic, like little turtle roll thing. And then the next day I figured out, or watched another girl do it another way, and I just took it from there. But we struggled for the first few hours, and we just spent like 2 hours or so on the little hill with a board attached to our feet, not doing shit for the first day. And we decided to call it a day because we had dinner reservations. Would you like to talk at all?
Sure.
Okay. You're up.
So we had dinner reservations at 6:30, but we had to check into our hotel room.
Mm-hmm.
So we probably ended around like 3 or 4 o'clock, the whole snowboarding thing. And then we go to check in, like we get the hotel room, they give us our key or whatever, and we get in the room, and the light fixture that's like right above the bed there, you just wake up and turn it on, was completely on the bed, broken. And I was like, this shit only happens to me.
And there were like pieces laying around the room, like somebody was working on it and just didn't put it back on the wall.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, well, guess we'll find a new room.
So I was scared that like they were gonna like give me some stupid charge for being in there for 30 seconds. So I took pictures of it as soon as I got in there, and then I went downstairs and told them, and they were like weren't surprised at all. They were like, "Oh, you scared him so bad he scratched me." Oh, he didn't like that. We were just chilling, okay? I mean, all sorts of fucked up.
See you later, kitty.
That fucking hurt.
Dog.
Anyways,
Dogs finally. This is the first show she's actually sat down there and
been good.
yeah,
Knock on wood.
mind her own business.
Anyways, so we get into a hotel room. We kind of lay there and watch TV for a little bit. We told ourselves we were gonna nap, and we didn't nap.
I don't remember that conversation.
I told myself I was gonna nap.
Oh, of course. No,
So we were
she's not.
super tired, and that didn't happen. So we go to our dinner reservation, and we weren't like expecting much because like the whole experience had been really shitty already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we weren't expecting shit for. Okay, so the package you bought. By the way, she bought. My nose is really itchy right now. She bought
Go on.
a night's stay at a resort with dinner reservations that night included in the package and breakfast the next day included in the package. And 2 days of snowboarding for me for Christmas. So dinner included in a resort package, and the resort being as shitty as it was for the first day, we expected dog shit for dinner.
Mm-hmm. You're expecting
much.
just like bacon cheeseburgers and
Whatever.
So he kept asking me like what's on, like what's gonna be for dinner. Like he was asking that pretty much like periodically throughout the day.
I just wanted to know which room I was going to be in.
Right.
Like which restaurant.
Right. And then so finally I figured it out, and I was like, okay, I'll pull up the menu while we were in there, like while we were in our room.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, this looks really fancy. Like, I don't think this is right. It was right. It was a really fancy dinner. It was really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
I got steak.
We got, you got what, a New York strip?
A New York strip.
And I got 2, like, bone-in lamb chops. And I don't remember. Did I get fries? Yeah, I got really good fucking fries, too.
Yeah, your fries were bomb.
I got some bougie-ass fries with my lamb chops.
Yeah, what did I get? Like garlic potatoes or
Garlic
something?
mashed potatoes.
Yeah, it was really good.
And then we got fresh green beans. Green beans.
Green beans.
And the dinner was like... Hello?
Hello.
The dinner was like $75
Mm-hmm.
just for 2 entrees and 2 drinks.
Mm-hmm.
And it was all comped. And we're like, awesome. So we left her, what, like a $20 tip or something like that?
Yeah, like we were expecting to I was expecting to pay a little bit more. And she was super cool. Like Matt was going to get the ribs.
Yeah.
And she straight up was like, the ribs aren't good.
She was like, you should probably not get the ribs. So this restaurant is a super fancy restaurant. They have like salad fork and dinner fork or whatever.
Whatever the difference is.
And there was nobody else in the place. was fucking empty. They only had like a handful of tables even had candles lit. The lights were super low. Every table had a candle, a little chandelier above it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The whole like, almost the whole place was lit up.
Yeah, we're getting your message. Thanks, thanks, Bryce. Thanks.
The whole place was almost lit up, and it looked beautiful in there. And like as soon as we walked in, she was like, "You guys are my only reservations." And I was like, "They told me to get reservations. Like when I booked everything, they were like, you should probably make reservations because this place books up." And I was like, "Okay, do 6:30."
Great. Oh, my chat app isn't populating chat in the video, so that'll be something to fix next time.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, yeah, we were just standing outside. Did you already tell this part?
Mm-mm.
We were just standing outside looking in, like this can't be the right place.
Yeah.
And she walked up to the door like, "Come on in. I'm only expecting one person or two people or what, one reservation." And we're like, that's us.
That's us.
So I'm like taking like videos of the place like, "This is awesome. We're in here by ourselves."
Which is like us. Like we love to be by ourselves.
Yeah.
So
where did we eat? We ate at a restaurant at the resort. The resort's called Devil's Head in Wisconsin. We left them a very mixed reviewed survey.
Yeah.
So I don't want to get on here and just like trash the place. Like the skiing or the snowboarding was fun. The dinner was great. The hotel was fine.
Mm-hmm.
But the resort staff was so fucking unhelpful.
Yeah, like
Useless.
what I noticed is like, so the next day, like we planned on waking up at like 8 o'clock to go skiing or go snowboarding, excuse me, the next day.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, we didn't wake up early enough.
No, we were very tired.
And it was a good thing that we didn't because they were still like working on the hills and everything. So we went to go get breakfast and there was nobody like booked the week after New Year's.
Yeah.
So they didn't even bother making breakfast. So I had breakfast vouchers and there was no breakfast. And I was like,
Their cafeteria was open, but it didn't have food in it.
right. And I was like, what? So it was really nice because they said that they were making lunch, but they said that they would make us breakfast. So they ended up making us pancakes, eggs, and
Sausage.
And they didn't have to do that. I mean, they should have done that, and they did do it, but
I mean, you paid for it, so fuck them.
right. It was good. I mean, it was nice that they did that.
It was just like, it was one of those things where we walk in there with vouchers for free breakfast for a resort that we paid for a package at the resort. And they were just like, yeah, there's some cereal in the bar. Okay. And it's like, all right, well, there's somebody back there making pancakes and eggs for these other people. We can ask them if you want some. Yeah, why don't you go do that? And then it's like, there was no order taking experience at all. It was just, he was just making some random shit in the back. Like I had cheese in my eggs. Luckily, I like cheese in my eggs. It's fine. Didn't ask us how we wanted our eggs. It was just scrambled up with cheese in them.
Yeah.
I mean, it tasted good. It just was very, very poor service.
Mm-hmm. And what I noticed like right away was she's like, yeah, we're pretty chill here. As soon as she said that, I was just like, yeah, I can tell. Like, it's pretty chill here.
Y'all are a little laid back.
Oh, and when I'm going way back to when we first got there and we went in the parking lot. The whole parking lot reeked of weed.
Mm-hmm.
What was that big sign that said, right, like at that little barn? Something about legalizing marijuana.
I don't know. I don't remember that much. That was too high. They're going to drop test me at work now.
It's fine. You're going to pass.
Am I?
Yeah.
So, she mentioned we were going to wake up early to start snowboarding early. And luckily we didn't. We went and got breakfast and all of that. It was like 10 o'clock maybe, something like that, when we were done eating. And they're still grooming the hills. Now, mind you, it hadn't snowed yet. We've had 2 snowstorms since then. It hadn't snowed there yet. So all of the snow on the slopes was man-made. And it was like an odd temperature for most of that week, where it was like right around freezing and a little above freezing. It was like 32 to 40 degrees. So like during the day, the sun would be out and the fake snow would melt. And then in the afternoon, the sun would go away and everything would freeze. And it would just become this really hard, icy shit. And that's what we like walked into on the first day, was just a slope of ice. And it was impossible to learn how to fucking snowboard on horrible hills. So luckily we got plenty of experience the next day, but the hills weren't done. Apparently the resort doesn't open until 11. Mm-hmm. Nobody fucking told us that.
Nobody said that.
It's like, we're staying here. We have breakfast, and then we want to snowboard. Luckily, we wake up late anyways.
Yeah.
Because if we had woken up at 8 o'clock and gone down and gotten breakfast and been sitting there from 8:30 to fucking 11,
we would have went and
I would
played
have been
ping
upset.
pong again.
Yeah.
We found a ping pong table.
We found a ping pong table next to the pool.
That was fun.
Yeah. Moral of the story is, don't go after New Year's.
Seriously.
Low. Well, she didn't want to go the weekend of New Year's because it would have been insane.
Yeah, I was originally trying to plan New Year's so we could do something on New Year's, but then I was like, he's probably not going to like that. I'm probably not going to like that. It's probably going to be way too crowded. So I did it the week after New Year's. And it ended up working out for my work schedule anyways, and it was so dead. But yeah.
So it took us probably 2 hours or so the second day to figure out what the fuck we were actually doing. And I kind of got stubborn about halfway through the second day, and I was like, you're so fucking retarded, cat. I was like, I don't know what she's eating. She just goes around and finds random shit on the floor to start chewing on. I can't I can't do the basic stuff. Like, I just have to get up and go. And get up and go for me was, I'm going to go down the hill and not have any control over what I'm doing. And then at the end of the hill, I'm just going to fall over. Whereas we looked up some videos the night before, and she was practicing the basics, like going like flat first and not like nose first, and just scooting her way down the hill to learn to like go and stop and go and stop. And I just couldn't. I couldn't fucking do it. I would get up and I would start scooting down, and then my body would just turn, and then I would just go out of control, and then I'd fall over really hard. And there were so many people there not wearing helmets.
Oh, I don't know how.
And the one time that was like, I was scooting down the hill, and then I got out of control. I got turned. I started going kind of fast, and I'm like, I need to get out. I need to get out of this. And I tried to stop, and I fell back first down the hill and smashed my head off the fucking ice. And like, not just my head, but my ass too. So my head was just fucking ringing. Like, I wasn't like dizzy or dazed or anything. I probably had a very mild concussion, but it didn't affect me at all. I just had a headache for 20 minutes or so. But, no pun intended. But, get it?
Mm-hmm.
No? Alright. It's fine. I landed on my ass so hard.
This is the worst part.
I don't know if any of you have fallen just straight on top of your ass. But I felt Can you I'm trying to be serious here. I landed so flat on my ass that I felt like I just got fucked. For like the rest of the day. Just for the rest of the day.
You don't understand. Only snowboarders understand.
Yeah, so then fast forward a couple hours later, she's talking to another girl on the top of the hill. Her boyfriend is off on a slope. I'm at the bottom of the slope, grabbing my asshole. And we make friends on all of that. And later on, we're going up the thing together. And the guy that was with her, apparently, I didn't know this at the time, but they've been doing it for like 3 years, and they still are meh.
Well, she was meh.
Yeah, he was okay, but so he was talking about the first time that he went too, and he was like, dude, there was one time I fell so hard I felt like I was violated. And I'm like, same. That just happened to me like 2 hours ago. I still feel like I got fucked. Yeah, I don't know if it's I don't know what it was. I don't know. I just landed so perfectly, just flat on my ass, that like the muscle didn't hurt, my cheeks didn't hurt, I wasn't sore at all. It was just
Stop with the fist.
Just
stop. Ew, you're gross.
It was tough.
Okay. Next subject.
Anyways, she was a lot better in the beginning at the basics than I was. And then I kind of like...
I was ready to go down some slopes.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was. I kept saying, I want to go down slopes. And then the one chick talked me out of it. She's like, girl, it's nothing but ice. It's not worth it.
The only thing you knew how to do when you said you were ready to go down slopes was scoot down the hill.
I wasn't scooting. I still had control, but I wasn't scooting. Like, I was still snowboarding. I just wasn't going sideways. I was just going forward, and I was just... That's what I was doing.
Oh, we just snowboard. She's skied before. I have not. We didn't touch skis. We just snowboard. By the end of it, I was a pro.
Right.
Easy peasy.
Right.
The last like hour or so, I was just ripping up the bunny hill. I was.
Yeah.
And it was funny because you were talking to the girl, and I was like still down at the hill, like away from everybody, walking halfway up just to practice some more before I go all the way up the fucking hill.
Hold on, let me tell this part. So like,
Okay.
me and this girl, like, we're both going down the bunny hill, and the bunny hill's like still pretty big, like it's still pretty steep, and so
That's probably a good. I mean, the hill from top to bottom was probably a good like 30 or 40 yards, distance wise.
I think it was longer than that.
No, it wasn't longer than that. If I could throw a football down it.
Anyway.
Bet.
Anyway, so like, I don't know, we both just kept watching each other eat shit, like, the whole time, and she was eating shit hard. She was whacking, like, she's fucking face plant. Oh man. So there was one time she went to go get up, and she just couldn't. She just fell flat, and I like laughed. And then she didn't say anything. Like, I seen her look over at me, and I was like, oh, shit. She probably took that. One of those girls probably took it super offensively. And then she went down, and then I went down. And then we were both kind of, like, in the same speed. And then she starts talking to me. she's like, can we just like talk? Can we just like be friends or whatever? And I was like, please, like, please talk to me. So then we just started like, you know, talking or whatever. And she was like, so I take your boyfriend's on the slopes too? And I was like, no, that's my boyfriend.
At this point, she had been going all the way up the bunny hill for like a half an hour or so. And I was still walking up 10 yards and scooting my way down the hill, walking back up and scooting down some more. She had already done that for the first hour. I skipped all of that. I was like, I don't need to do that shit. I needed to do that shit. So eventually I did it, but she's already moved on. She
like stopped and she was like, where? And I was like, right there, the guy walking up halfway up the bunny hill. And she was like, that's your boyfriend? I did it too. It helped. She just started laughing, and I was like, so your boyfriend on the slopes? And she was like, yeah, he's a lot better than I am. Because she was eating shit hard.
She knew what she was doing until the end.
Yeah.
She didn't do the scoot thing. She didn't know how to stop.
She didn't know
so she would go real fast down the hill and then just fucking slide on her ass for 10 yards. And
her snowboard was a lot bigger than mine. Like, I had a little kid snowboard, so it was a lot easier for me. But she had bought a used snowboard that I thought was probably too big for her. And she could go fast on it, but she couldn't like control it or anything. And she was just eating shit so hard. She whacked her head so hard one time, and like towards the end of the day, it's pretty much just all ice because it was all frozen over. Mm-hmm. And I could just only imagine she wasn't wearing a helmet, and it was oh my god, it had to be so painful. Anyways, so that was a snowboarding trip, and then we came home, and then
you immediately went to Virginia for 5 days.
I immediately went to go spend time with my grandpa.
Yeah.
In the mountains.
So we came home from Wisconsin, and the very next day, right?
The very next morning.
The very next morning you left for days on end, and I sat here all alone.
I was gone until Monday.
What you drinking? This is cherry Pepsi.
Cherry Pepsi.
It's gone now.
No wine tonight.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So there was something else after the snowboarding trip. I was thinking of what we're gonna bring up next while you were talking, and now you're done talking, and I don't remember what it was.
You're fidgeting.
No, I was purposely shaking it at that point.
I don't know. I don't know what you did while I was in Virginia.
Virginia? It wasn't that. You came home from Virginia.
Saw how sore we were for a couple days.
Yeah, my groin was pretty sore.
I got dumb, and on the way to Virginia, I took a muscle relaxer because I had some from the car accident. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna take a muscle relaxer, it's gonna be great. And then it wasn't helping at all, so I took another one, and I passed out for like 2 hours. And then I woke up, my mom's like, can you drive? And I was like, yeah.
No, just let me shotgun a beer real quick.
Oh my god,
take this to the next level.
I was so tired. I was like, my eyelids wouldn't stay open. I literally probably drove for an hour, and I pulled over, and I was like, who's got to pee? And I could tell my mom was like, yeah, she can't. I felt so bad. I really tried, but I was way too tired.
Did she take back over?
Yeah.
Oh. You didn't tell me that part.
Yeah, I couldn't stay awake.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have taken muscle relaxers and went on a road trip. That was really dumb.
Yeah.
I don't even know where those are. I think those are still in her car. And then I went to Virginia, and I went thrift shopping a lot.
You haven't talked about that yet.
Nope. Is that what you were trying to talk about?
Nah, I don't think so. There was something else before that, but we can just go to that. That's fine. Maybe I'll think of it later. So, I mentioned earlier that 50% of my New Year's resolutions are still intact. The slot machines went out the window. The business, the home business, is thriving. Kind of. I mean, I haven't made any money yet, but I've done a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
So, we meant to talk about this before the new year turned. But we didn't get around to it. Sorry. So, if you guys are friends with me on Facebook, you have seen the coffee table that I posted. If you're not, I posted a coffee table on Facebook. So, my idea originally was to find or purchase very cheap wood furniture or furnishings, tables, dressers, and the likes, and refurbish them and flip them for profit. And then I went to the next level and found some ideas for like reclaimed wood and palette art and stuff like that. So basically for the last 3 weeks, I've been taking old shitty wood and putting it with different old shitty wood and making old shitty new stuff out of it.
It's a really bad way of putting it.
Yeah. So reclaimed pallet wood, and a lot of the pallets that I've gotten so far aren't like your stereotypical pallets with the thin little flaps of wood. They're like legit 1-inch thick rough cut timber. Some of it's even still got fucking bark on it. So I've been making like no, they're not blue. They're real wood. Cottonwood, other shit. I don't know. I don't think there's any oak in there. There could be, though. Oak's kind of expensive for pallets, but all right. Whoops. Can I have that back, please? Oh, okay. So, I've been breaking down pallets and making shit out of them, and I made a coffee table. I don't. Blue pallets at work that are thick. These are like super long, like 5-foot long pallets, and they're heavy as fuck, made out of like solid fucking wood. Anyways, I don't think I posted it on the Instagram at all. It's just been on Facebook. So my idea, I have like a folder on my computer with so many like ideas for palette shit. Stuff to make out of it, shelves, signs, stuff to paint, stain. I have other ideas. So that's kind of my home business idea for 2019, and hopefully I can spend the winter and early spring building up a stockpile, selling online when I can, making some money in the process, but hopefully building up a stockpile of stuff to sell, and then maybe go and flea market in the summertime and make a shit ton of money. So that's my idea. People like that kind of shit. Yeah, so like the purpose of reclaiming wood is that the wood has all kinds of different colors from use and damages from use, and some of it has natural edging. Like I said, some of it still has fucking bark on it. and it's got a nice rustic look depending on how you do it, which I figured out my mistake with the stain. And your dad left me a giant pile of ripped up old white t-shirts, and I was like, fucking perfect, because when I was staining with the brush, it was going on way too thick, and you're supposed to like slap the shit on and then wipe it away with the cloth. Like, that's stupid. You literally just dip a fucking white t-shirt in the stain and just rub the shit on, and it comes out so nice. So I did that. I just walked into the garage today, and there was a giant pile of white t-shirts there, and I'm like, cool.
He's cool.
Yeah. So so far I have a coffee table done with a satin polyurethane finish that I'm trying to sell actively right now. I have 2 wall decoration shelving units. It's like, where am I at? Right here? Yeah. It's like pieces of wood, like staggered, and then a couple of shelves on them. And I can finish them, I can stain them, I can paint them, I can put designs on them, I can do whatever the fuck I want with them. And then I have some other ideas. I also have something I made for you, which is I took a palette and cut it in half and then painted the shit. And the idea is to put alcohol on one side and coffee on the other side. And on top, it says how to tell time. And next to the alcohol, it says PM. I guess you could do the AM first, right?
Yeah.
So on the coffee, it says AM. And on the alcohol, it says PM. Then you got some coffee cups hanging down and some wine glasses hanging down.
It's perfect.
Yeah. And then my sister commissioned me today for an entryway table and an end table that I will hopefully have done tomorrow. I worked on it a little bit today, a little bit tomorrow. Gave her a family discount.
Holla.
Yeah, it'll be my first actual sale unless somebody buys the coffee table tomorrow.
You doubt it.
Fuck you. That was rude. What do you mean you doubt it?
Okay.
I have some palettes that I would love to get rid of. I would love to have them. I will definitely take those off your hands.
We'll be contacting you, Susan. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
You the best. No support there.
Your turn. So Kendall's got her own.
Yeah. I don't know. I have my little thing that I'm trying to get started right now. One thing that I really love doing is thrift shopping, and I'm always down to find the best deal, and get the best price point for it. And one thing that I've struggled with the past couple years is my appearance as far as like what I wear. I've definitely gotten comfortable in just wearing jeans, Converse, and a black shirt. And my New Year's resolution was going to like be dressing better, and I just kind of wanted to like play that together. And I came like in November, I came up with like this idea to pretty much like find clothes, flip them, clean them up, add to them, make outfits out of them, and sell the outfits like so. And that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she finds vintage clothing.
So I mostly try to find like name brands. Like I've been finding like a lot of Ralph Lauren, like even Harley Davidson t-shirts, or I I don't know, like old Nike stuff.
And when I say
Champion.
old vintage clothing, I mean like Tommy Hilfiger polos and like neon windbreaker jackets from the fucking 80s. Shit that she finds thrift shopping and people are like wearing nowadays. And you can find this old vintage clothing on like places like eBay and Poshmark for like $50 or $60 now.
Yeah, it's crazy but cool at the same time. The biggest thing right now is high-waisted jeans. People love them high-waisted jeans, and when I went to Virginia, I had the jackpot of high-waisted jeans that like I eventually had to turn them away because I'd found so many and different mom jeans. Exactly.
Mom jeans. Yep.
Exactly.
I've been noticing mom jeans coming on the last couple of years.
I love them. I want to keep all of them for myself, but I can't.
Yeah. Every time she comes home with a bag of shit, I'm like, that's a sell, right? Yeah.
And then I wear it.
Have you sold anything yet?
Why do you keep saying that? Have you sold anything yet?
Yup. Sold an idea.
You're the worst.
Yeah, neither of us have made any money yet. But we're only 3 weeks old.
Yeah, that's what I keep forgetting.
It's only been 3 weeks.
It's only been 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Really,
and we've done a lot in 3 weeks as far as getting started.
we're really hard on ourselves, though.
Yeah.
We, like, broke down to each other the other day, and we're like,
Yesterday.
wah. And now today we're like, it's only been 3 weeks. What are we crying about? That's it. I'm really excited about mine, even though I don't seem excited. That's because I don't know, I'm just really nervous to like tell people about it. I had told like a couple of my friends because I obviously needed to get like various sizes, and I was asking some of my friends like their sizes, and so they can like try on the clothes for me so I can put outfits together and like take pictures and stuff like that. I don't know. That's like been the biggest struggle for me so far, is just actually taking pictures of what I have. And I have a lot. Like I probably have like now like $300 worth of clothes.
If any of you are interested in modeling for free, hit us up. Because we need people to take pictures of the clothes.
Yeah, if you want some good Instagram pics, I'm your girl.
She bought not a brand new camera.
I didn't buy a brand new camera. I bought a used, really good camera. Oh, I'm down. That's another thing, is I will eventually be getting into men's clothing. I'm just trying to get the girls down first, because they're the easiest for me. Even though most of the girls are wearing guys' clothes. Yeah.
What's funny is when I think model the girl stuff, when I think about our two separate endeavors, I see yours as having the more longevity than mine, and easier to sustain than mine. But I feel like you don't see it that way.
I don't. Your cat's a dick.
Yeah.
Just knocked over a whole bunch of stuff.
See, when I think back to that YouTube video we watched of Richard Hart talking about becoming financially free and starting your own business, and your ceiling when you're doing something like what I'm doing, where I can only make as much money as the hours I put into the shop. What was that?
A pen.
Great. So like I'm very limited to working almost an hourly wage. It's just not a consistent hourly wage. Whereas you can go thrift shopping and find a jackpot of clothes all the fucking time. over and over again and go to different towns, and clothes are so much easier to ship than fucking coffee tables.
Yeah.
Whereas your market is so much bigger than mine that you don't have a ceiling.
Yeah.
And I do. Your profits are not limited to the hours you put in. They're limited to how much you can find and how much you can sell and how good you are at your job.
And that's the thing. I'm not good at a lot of things, but I'm really good at thrift shopping.
And I'm the exact opposite. I'm not really good at anything, but I can do a lot of things.
Right. Yeah.
I think I said that before.
Yeah, you have. I don't know. I would say it's a gift. My thrift shopping abilities.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, like, all of my clothes are. Is that you?
Yeah.
Why are you doing that? Stop. All of my clothes are from thrift stores. And it's not that, like, I can't afford nice clothes. It's mostly because I don't want to spend the money on nice clothes.
Yeah, stingy bastard.
I'm really, really cheap and stingy when it comes to clothes. Like, I don't like spending $20 on jeans. Like,
I thought that noise was in my house.
No, so that's why, like, now I kind of want to get a little bit more creative with something that I'm good at. And
Same.
just see what I can do. And, like, I don't want to, like, I don't want to make, like, a ton of money from this. Like, I do, like, you don't understand what I'm saying. Like, I'm not, like, gonna, like, buy a shirt for $3 and sell it for $50. Like,
if it's worth $50, you better fucking sell it for $50.
well, if it's worth $50, yeah. But, like, here's the thing. Like, all of those mom jeans, those high-waisted pants, they're literally selling on eBay right now for, like, some of them have gone up to, like, $80 because they're vintage.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't, like, that's a lot of money on, like, something that, like, I found for, like, $8.
You're right. I don't know what you're talking about.
I just don't want to screw anybody over is what I'm saying.
Fuck those people.
No, because someone.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I just want to, like, get creative with it. Like, this is.
See?
Gonna be fun.
If people will pay that, take the money. Fuck those people.
We'll see.
Yeah, he agrees with Amit.
Huh?
Me, Matt.
Huh. Right.
That's like Joe Rogan had a bit in a comedy special about people who are dumb enough to buy big dick pills from an ad on the back of a Playboy magazine. Stupid people do that. The advertising works, though, or else they wouldn't fucking do it. Fuck those stupid people. If stupid people want to buy big dick pills from the back of a Playboy magazine, advertise big dick pills on the back of a Playboy magazine. That's really hard to say. Big dick pills. Big dick pills on the back of a Playboy. I'm actually surprised I got that out twice in a row. If people pay that shit, fuck those people. Take their money.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because, like, now this is something that, like, I'm gonna get, like, passionate about.
Good.
I am getting passionate about. Like, this is, like, therapy. Like, we both talked about, like, what we do is, like, therapeutic.
Right.
Shopping's therapeutic.
Uh-huh.
And it can be cheap.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Scams. People scam all the time.
I don't want to scam anybody.
This isn't a scam. I mean, you are taking donated clothes and selling them.
Right. Right.
I'll edit that part out.
Oh, it's fine. Like, I'm like, that's exactly what Goodwill does. And, like, they propose that they have, like, a mission. Oh, I was
To what?
there. Okay, so like I go to Goodwill, and every time I go there, let's say like my total is 2020, and they'll be like, "Do you want to round up 80 cents to support the Goodwill mission?"
Okay.
What's the Goodwill mission? I've never asked that question. I just say yes.
Huh.
And I don't know what I just donated 80 cents to. What's the Goodwill mission? To give people jobs?
Find out next time on Beards and Blush.
What's the Goodwill mission? But I also want to start like vlogging some of my trips and stuff, and
Yeah, I was gonna get into that next.
yeah.
Could be a scam. Yep. Could be they take donated clothes and fucking sell it, and then they make a little bit extra for themselves.
Did I tell you what happened the other day when I was shopping?
No.
Pretty sure I tried on a coat that had piss on it.
Good for you.
I was like, I deserve that. I like put it on. It was super cute, and then like as soon as I put it on, I was like, "Oh my god, this is disgusting." And then I took it off, and then I made the mistake to do one of these. It's like, "Oh my god, that's it," and I threw it. I was like, "Nope, that's fucking gross." But one of my friends, she worked at Goodwill, and she will never.
R. Kelly's coat.
She says she will never, ever, ever shop at Goodwill because she worked there and she was like scarred from it. Because she was one of the girls that had to go through all the donated stuff. And she said they would fucking find diapers and shit. Like used diapers in like a pile of clothes.
People are pieces of shit.
That's disgusting.
Like I said, fuck those people.
What do you got? Hey, no.
Yeah,
that's pretty
gross. Like you drive down a fucking aisle at Walmart. Drive, not inside.
Right.
You drive down an aisle at Walmart. There's a fucking somebody just left a shitty diaper in a parking spot.
Oh, that's really gross.
Like really?
It's really gross.
Those people are the first wave that need to be eliminated.
Who's gonna pick that up? Nobody. What are you doing? No, it just fucking ends up getting run over until it's fucking implanted in the concrete or whatever.
It gets stuck to somebody's tire.
Yeah. It's gross. It's so gross. She liked that sound.
Shit. No pun intended.
Hmm.
Goodwill's mission is probably like fucking cancer charity, and we're all assholes.
It's something about supporting jobs for.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So, to her point about vlogging, I think on top of the podcast, on our YouTube channel, we will be dabbling in vlogging and video editing and stuff like that because
we have time for it. I know.
I told you, look, if we get to a point where all of this shit culminates to making as much as I make at my job, I'm quitting. And I will take over all of this shit full time. I will take over everything. And if I take over the business aspect of your business, we're taking those fucking stupid people's money. Anyways. Vlogs be on Twitch or just YouTube? They would probably be static videos on YouTube. I don't think we would have the capability of live streaming on Twitch like that. I think for that stuff, we would just do recording with her camera for now.
Yeah, because we would have to edit the videos and everything, because otherwise they'd be 4 hours long.
Yeah. So we have the podcast, which is done live, and that's fine and all. But the vlogging and stuff, like, I've been watching a show on Netflix from Jerry Seinfeld called Comedians in Cars, getting coffee. And it's basically like he's got a bunch of fucking like GoPro cameras up in his mirrors and shit and his windows, and they just sit there and drive around and talk. And I was like, that's what we do. Like, all of those conversations that we've had in the car on the way to my mom's or something, which is an hour away, or even just short trips to your parents or your sisters or the grocery store or whatever, there's always something being said. And it's like, sometimes we go through something and it's like, that would have been really good to like capture. So we just have a fucking camera on at all times now in the car. Big Brother is always watching.
It's fine.
And then we'll chop it up into little highlights whenever I feel like we have enough material to make a video out of it. Then we can do stuff like that. And then when we do stuff like go on snowboarding trips, we can make a whole segment about it. Vlog our dinner and all of that shit. That would have been awesome.
Yeah, our dinner was beautiful. It's my favorite part.
I mean, it was definitely something that I would like to have just between us. Like, that was a nice night between us. And I'm sure that vlogging it would have made it a little bit less than it was.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, we just have to pick and choose our time.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice to have alone, but it also would have been cool to have vlogged it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. She's going to post videos about her clothes and shit like that whenever she figures out her life. And
no tea, no shade.
What?
No tea, no shade.
I've never heard that before. You remind me of a Muppet. Like, whenever they look at the camera, like... Anyways. No tea. Yeah, I don't know. Don't ask. It's fine. So, I'm getting a little bit closer to the point now I've made enough stuff in the shop to where I feel like I could start doing the videos eventually. So my plan, on top of building shit, like I said, that has a ceiling on it. The hours I spend in the shop have a ceiling financially. But my plan is to kind of vlog it in a way, but also I would like to start creating like tutorial videos and how-to videos on what I'm making. And she gave me the idea of like recording the whole build process and just like doing time lapses, like super fast video of me fucking scrubbing and shit, hammering, nailing, in super fast motion. Time lapse, show you the product, tell you what I'm about to do, time lapse some more, tell you what I did, what I'm about to do, time lapse some more, finished product. This is how you do it, stuff like that. So I plan on making videos, tutorial style videos on some of the shit that I'm making. And hopefully that will help my hobby expand its ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we got a lot of big stuff planned for 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're in an hour and 8 minutes.
I was gonna say I'm ready for bed.
Are you?
I have to be up early again tomorrow.
Okay, calm down. So, yeah, I guess Kendall's ending the stream now.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. It was a nice 1 hour episode to get back into the swing of things. We should be coming back to a regular schedule, a regular Sunday schedule as scheduled. The mustache is temporary. I will bring the beard back soon. Beard back soon. I don't know, that's about it. I guess Am I playing anything? Yeah. Go ahead and hop in my Discord. I'll see you in a minute. I'm assuming you mean now. So, I guess I have to start worrying about the podcast again.
Why?
Just figuring out stuff to talk about. Because I've taken 3 weeks off of coming up with topics of conversation. So, I guess we'll see what happens next week on episode 17 of Beards and Bush. So I think what I'm going to do for the first 15 episodes that are on YouTube right now, since we took such a big gap, I'm just going to shove all of those videos into a folder by itself and be like, this was our test season, our pilot season. And this will be the first official episode of the brand new Beards and Blush podcast. And what a great episode it was.
I'm sorry.
Beards and Blush. I don't even have a fucking beard. It's fine. So, we will see you guys next week. Hopefully Sunday. We'll let you know. Okay. Thanks to everyone for hanging out. Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, iTunes, Spotify, Instagram. At Beards and Blush. Go find us. Go follow us. Stay up to date. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.